So you're converting your first or your second gen Camaro to a manual transmission. Hey! Then you need to make sure you position your master cylinder correctly to ensure proper clutch movement and pedal feel. You don't want to suffer a bad clutch. There's a ton of options out there. So what do? Stick around. I'll show you what I decided on, and we'll bang this out together. I've ditched the factory firewall in favor of this 14 gauge blank slate. I'll be running this bare remaster on a 9-inch booster from Master Power brakes. I plan on using my factory pedal assembly despite getting rid of the mounting area, so I thought it's smart to add some rigidity back. This Detroit Speed bracket does that, and combined with their mount kit, it's a simple, proven solution to locate the master and ensure proper pedal movement and feel. I'm going with this Wilwood unit I picked up from Bowler Performance, along with the tilt and release bearing and all the plumbing. Detroit Speed recommends welding a small patch panel to create a weather-tight seal around the bracket and clutch master cylinder. I simply trace the profile to this flat stock while carefully rotating it around the corners to get the right lengths. Here, where this is inset, I simply moved it to the end to square it off and then transferred it over. I transferred the trace to some cardstock and made this template. This layout keeps the patch to a 90-degree angle to the bracket. But that's not what I want. I'm going to keep this at 90 degrees to this angled face, so I'll need to project this face out accordingly. Mighty fine. I'll transfer it to some 1/8 inch plate and cut it out. Just like the template, I scored bend lines on the plate. Simply work the folds and match the bracket. I've been in your waters. Here's the final bracket, all welded and dressed, looking very nice. I got carried away big time with this. I'll show you what I mean. I basically cut the finished bracket open once I realized that this adapter sat proud of the plate. I spliced on that much new material and reclosed it to match the profile of the bracket. Why? Yeah, exactly. Why? Anyways, I'll show you why it was inset in the first place. Here's the bracket on the old mounting area. Holes line up for the pedal assembly. That area here was clearance for the speedometer cable. Because I did away with this existing mounting area and I won't have a factory speedometer coming through, it really simplifies this bracket. This is a flush face fit to my 14 gauge firewall. I'm not using the old steering column mounting bracket, so that's where this bracket with the infill piece is simplified, because everything is a straight flush mount to my firewall. Last bit of prep work, you need to thread tap the mounting holes for the adapter for these 1/4-20 button head screws supplied in the kit. Okay, looking good. Okay, I'm going to transfer the profile of the bracket onto my firewall. You can check out, I'll put a video up here, how I referenced these holes for my pedal assembly. But with the pedal assembly referenced, the bracket's in place, holes lined up. Now I'm simply going to trace the bracket. Okay, hole cut and dressed. You saw me using that piece of crap. I just want to say I've never had success with this tool. It's an Ingersoll Rand air saw, model 429. I just wanted to interject in case you see me using it and you run out and buy one thinking it's good. I've never had any sort of success with this. I've tried new blades, bumped my airline pressure up to 100 psi. It just binds. You know, a couple swipes with the blade and it just binds. It has no torque, no power. And I've gone lightly. I've tried everything under the sun to get that piece of crap to work and nothing. I'm so hesitant to buy another because I have such a shitty experience with this one. So maybe you guys have one. Reach out in the comments. Let me know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong or I got a dud, or recommend a good one because I could use a good air saw. Crosshairs for a couple plug welds. I'm going to drill through the firewall and weld from the inside out to this. Why? Because there's a lot of meat here flat and flush to the 14 gauge, so why not put a couple plug welds in? Obviously going to TIG weld around the perimeter and secure that, so that be shortly. I'm going to prep this area with some Steelit, get it ready for welding. I've already prepped the inside of the bracket, so it's good to go. Okay, got the area masked off, ready to prep the metal for welding. Weapon of choice, Steelit. I'm not in the copper camp, bit of an outlier. Regardless, use what you believe in, and I'm happy with this product. So let's 2 wet coats and move forward. The beauty of welding on my table, I have easy access to both sides. You can see the nice weld penetration. Here's the 2 plug welds from this side. Now I'm going to clean this up and we'll flip it over. Bracket all welded and dressed. Looking very nice. You gotta celebrate these small accomplishments. Your build is full of them, so bang them off. As I'm fond of saying, sometimes you have to grow a problem to solve a problem. I've got some really cool custom fab work coming, but I'm gonna leave it there. Till next time, cheers.